All right, I'm going to have a go at the Guardian's Cryptic Crossword for Friday, May 23rd, set today by Panga Kupu. First, let's have the cryptic clue of the day. Crazy Kev's hunch. Go. Bound to come back later. 8-3. I gave you a few letters. Crazy Kev's hunch. Go. Bound to come back later. 8-3. All right, let's see what Panga Kupu has for us today. Oh, I do like the long ones on the left and right. Maybe I should start with them. Actually, I think I will. Artifact of old battle. Bet Valhalla came alive. Oh, I'm wondering if it could be an anagram of Bet Valhalla. Oh, Valhalla is 8. Oh, maybe it's Bet came is 7 plus 8, 15. And then that's going to be an artifact of old battle. Why in question mark? Or why a question mark? But I think alive might be the anagram indicator. Yeah, I'm not seeing. Oh, I wonder, maybe it would have the name of an old battle, like Waterloo. Oh no, Waterloo is only 8. Waterloo Sunset. No, but I'm thinking something like an old arrow or a cannonball. No, unfortunately, don't see that one. Let's try 8 down. Police operation. Dastardly con, apparently. No, don't see that. All right, I'll go back to the across. Beautiful tree. Feel bad with any being cut down in such a manner. No. Wide gap, though with nothing removed. Oh, I wonder if it's the definition is wide gap. And we have to think of a 6-letter word for though with an O in it and remove that, nothing removed. But nothing is coming to me. Trendy to inject heroin after a liter drink. Well, I think heroin is going to be H. And we're going to inject that. Maybe after AL for a liter. Yeah, is the definition going to be a drink or trendy? Yeah, I wonder if it could be ALH. I don't see a... Oh, yeah, no, actually it is a drink. And I was just thinking about AL as the beginning of a word and thought of alcohol, which apparently comes from the Arabic. And the al is the definite article, alcohol or whatever the original word was. And so after a liter, we put the H inside cool for trendy. All right, finally got one. Let's try these other downs. Government official, large, appearing in bowler. I wonder if it could be a government official and maybe L for large appears in... Well, a bowler could be a hat, but maybe it's a cricket bowler, spinner, something like that. Easy thing to miss top edge. So I think an easy thing is a cinch, and if it's missing its top letter, the C, we get inch, and to inch closer might be to edge closer. Drive through South American country with northern seed. I think it might be a seed of some kind. Drive might be DR, and that goes through. Is there going to be a short South American country and then N for Northern at the end? I can just think of a Brazil nut, but I don't think that's it. All right, position, occupying excellent section in the current circumstances. Yeah, I'm thinking it might be a short phrase that means in the current circumstances as it is, maybe. I was thinking excellent might be A1, which would be AI written in. And I think the position might be a sit for sit, short for situation. Yeah, I think that occupies AI for A1, excellent. And then I think section is the final S, but we'll check that at 15 squared. All right. The American author eliminating last hero from Greece. Oh, I think it is a hero from Greece, and I think it's, Theseus. The is the, I think. And American might simply be US. But then author eliminating last. Oh, it's an American author now is Dr. Seuss, but minus his last letter. All right. I'm a bishop tucking into meager vegetarian food. I think it is going to be a vegetarian food. Something like bean soup. But I'm a bishop. I think that's going to be a B. Maybe, yeah. Oh, yes, meager might be lean. And if you put I'm a B in the middle of that, you get a, is it a lima bean or a lima bean? I think it's lima. All right, uncooked meat. Experts brutally cut it open at first. Where's the definition in this one? At first? No, I think that might be the letter O, open at first. Uncooked, perhaps? No, I don't see it. Is zero accepted by English logician? Meaty stuff. Well, I think there was an English logician, wasn't bool English for Boolean? And maybe we put ISO for is zero. No, that's 3 letters, so the English logician would only be 4 letters, but English could also be E. I think it is going to be maybe a type of meat or something made from meat. Yeah, I was thinking of a rissole. I'm sure I had them when I was younger. Well, but oh, might it be 1 S and 2 L's in a rissole? I thought it was from 2, but then what would the English logician be? Yeah, I'm not sure about that at all. Publication I term running short regarding glamour. Publication could be a magazine or a mag. I-term. Yeah, I think it might be something like mag and then I and then a shortened word for term, and maybe then that's going to mean regarding glamour. No. Offering easy growth in computing. Clear hypes misplaced. All right, seems like an anagram of clear hypes. And so I think the word hyperscale, offering easy growth, I can see how, I don't think I know that word, but I can see how it might be a word and it might mean that. I'm not 100% sure. Does one down? We do have an H in Valhalla. So our artifact of old battle, something hammer, something, oh, I can't think of like a weapon. But let's try 20 down. Servant carrying some Londoners scalding soup. Yeah, the servant is a page. Now, scalding would be hot, but some Londoners might drop the H and it becomes ot, and so you get pottage for soup. Refined behavior, inclined to take a back seat around Cambridge University. I think it's going to mean refined behavior. And then the wordplay, I don't know, inclined to take a back seat might be shy or coy, maybe. But that's, I think, going to go around CU for, oh, no, I think this might be the old trick. They say Cambridge University, but it's actually Cambridge, Massachusetts, and it's MIT. Oh, yes, I think there is this word comedy. I presume that means refined behavior. I know I've seen the word before, but that is coy around MIT. All right, let's try this one. Something described as metallic burning smell surrounding one. I wonder if it could be something described as metallic. And it might actually be a metal. And then a burning smell. I don't know what that would be. Going around an eye for one. Don't see it. Largely swamping one with some water. No, I need more for that. Keen to abandon right, adopting left as standard. That's a nice clue. Well, keen, I'm thinking eager. So I think eager drops the R for right, but it takes an L. And that's going to, I presume we insert adopts the L and we get an eagle, which you would see on a flag. Is that the standard? Don't quite get that. And indeed, I may be wrong, but I'll leave it in for now. Rue, perhaps, about to backtrack after redesign of kitchen. Rue, I think we had it before, and I think it is the name of an actual chef. I think I've seen the word, maybe something named after him or her. Perhaps about to backtrack after read. Oh, so I suppose we're going to just anagram kitchen, which is 7 letters, and then about, yeah, I think might be re, and that might backtrack after the anagram of kitchen. Let me pause and ponder that and sip my coffee before it gets too cold. Ah, no, a roux I think is something you put in a sauce, and so it might be a thickener. All right, dark and perverted, though not at first. All right. Maybe it's going to mean dark, and we have to think of a word. Yeah, a word for perverted might be kinky, but without its first letter would be inky. All right, I skipped over some downs. Top of sluice, losing liquid on a big scale. So top of sluice, I assume, is an S. And then losing liquid, like leaking or something. And I think it's going to mean on a big scale. No, I don't see it. Convincing information secured in crib. I think the definition is convincing, and I think we're going to put a word for information inside a word for crib, which could be a bed, or it could be to crib, to copy from someone. Yeah, I can't think of a word for convincing. I'm thinking the information might be Jen. Can I think of a word for convincing with Jen in it? No. So I'm going to remove those letters. Oh, let's try our police operation now. Dastardly con, apparently. Could that be an anagram? Dastardly is 9. No, I don't think so. Yeah, is it going to be a police operation? Or maybe it's a phrase that means apparently. I'm wondering if the middle word is an ing. But I can't see anything yet. How about showed precipitation without precipitation? That's twisted. Oh, what a great clue. So some kind of rain, something. I'm wondering about deranged. I don't know why. I think thinking of rain led me to range D. Like without might be D. And deranged would definitely be twisted. Oh, and of course without. Yeah, without can mean outside. So could it be a word for one form of precipitation outside of another one? Yeah, let me put in deranged just to see if it rang any bells. We have deed on the outside. No. Is there a metallic element Antonym, actonym. I think I may have to go to my periodic table for that one again. All right. Exploit, making no sense, kidnapping one farm worker. Ooh, exploit making no sense. I wonder if that could be a fancy way to say to anagram exploit. And it's going to kidnap one. It's going to have an extra I inside it. And that's going to be a farm worker. Yeah, I don't know about that. How would we deal with the X? Yeah, but I do think it might be a farm worker. Let me pause and ponder that. No, nothing is coming to me, so I'm not sure if I'm on the right lines there. Beguiling, warmth after cold. Yes, I think it might mean beguiling. And cold might simply be the letter C. And then warmth. I am wondering about heating could be warmth. Is cheating the same as beguiling? I don't think so, but I'll leave it in. Let me just make a note to check that one if by some chance it stays in there. Largely swamping one with some water. Oh, I looked at that one already, but yeah, I don't see that. All right, I think I've looked at everything once now. It would be wonderful to get my artifact of old battle. Oh, maybe it's artifact of old. No, that's going to be then too many letters. All right, let's try the anagram helper and cross our fingers that something good will come out of it. Bet Valhalla came. It is 15 letters. Oh, I was going to say something hatchet. Where is the V going to go? Oh, a balaclava. Balaclava helmet, maybe? Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think that I got some that were close enough from the Battle of Balaclava. Don't ask me when or where that was. Well, Balaclava, I suppose, but where is that? All right. A beautiful tree. Feel bad with any being cut down in such a manner. Oh, in such a manner might be thus. Yeah, I was thinking that was the definition because sometimes the definition is heralded in that way, like in this manner, and that refers to the answer. But I think it's thus, and I think it is going to be it's the name of a tree. Feel bad might be ale, and then any cut down might be just an. Yeah, I think is that it? Ailanthus? Okay, I'm going to pause and look that up. Yes, Ailanthus is a genus of trees, sometimes called tree of heaven, and Balaclava is in what was the Crimea, I suppose, the Crimean War. All right, government official now. Oh, there's, I think, our L for large, appearing in bowler. Yeah, I don't think it's a bowler. I think it's a government official, but what is the yeah, I may have to pause and think about the first letter. Is it going to end in R? How about, oh, here's our meaty stuff. Oh, I wasn't sure about deranged, so maybe I shouldn't have that in there because I'm not. I was wondering about venison. Ah, yeah, it is venison because of the old Venn diagram. How many of those did we create when we were at school? And is zero is put inside of then. It's not a very English sounding name. Sounds more Scandinavian to me, or German. All right. Drive through South American country. Well, there's our northern at the end, so I think it is going to be a seed. Oh, the South American country, of course, must be Chile. Oh, your seed, of course. Yeah, it's so funny when you're trying to put letters together in your mind and thinking about Chile with DR in it, and then I realize, of course, seed, children. I like it. Very clever. All right, I'm not going to get any more. Oh, I think it must be something like a something man. My father said when he was young in the Society for the Protection of Cruelty to Animals, people would call to the door. I suppose they were perhaps collecting money, but the children would run to their parents and say, "The cruelty man is at the door." Anyway, so it might be a cruelty man. Government official, but then a bowler. Oh, I think there might be a famous English bowler. I don't know, Bradstreet, Bradman, appearing in bowler. No, government official. All right, I'm going to pause and think about what the first letter might be. All right, in the end, I had to go to wordplays.com, and I don't blame myself for doing that because I think this is a very specifically British thing in two ways. First of all, a placeman. Apparently, in British history, members of parliament would sometimes take paid jobs in the civil service for which they had no duties. Bit of a scandal. And then a paceman, I think, is a type of cricket bowler, somebody who, maybe they succeed with their speed rather than putting any kind of swerve on the ball. Anyway, a placeman. I think we may have had it before. Vaguely remember. I'll have to try and remember it for next time. All right, let's try and finish the southwest. All right, so it's not deranged, but twisted. Showed precipitation without precipitation. Yeah, that's a great clue. I presume it's going to mean twisted. Is that going to be a C, a P? I like P. Springed, spronged. That's twisted. I think it's going to be twisted in a literal sense, like a twisted tree or something, as opposed to deranged, as I was saying earlier. Yeah, let me pause and ponder what letter might go in second place. Well, I think there are a few words that would fit here: stranger, stronger. But the one I liked was shrunken. Maybe if something is twisted, it's shrunken. Not necessarily, but I don't know how the wordplay would work. Let's go ahead and check that one. No. um, all right, I think that I'm going to. Oh, I had typed in an N there. Yeah, that may have thrown me off. Yeah, let me try and get my something described as metallic. Burning smell surrounding one. Is it a hidden clue? I don't think so. Although we do have a T and an L close together and then an M. No, I think it's going to be that burning smell going around one, and it's going to be something described as metallic. Oh, lithium, maybe. That fits. Something described as metallic, I think would be lithium. Burning smell. No, well, I'm going to go ahead and check it. That one is right, but I have no idea why, so we will check at 15 squared. All right, so let me pause and see what the I is going to do for that's twisted. Yeah, having the I now, I realize I could have my rain on the inside, and so precipitation on the inside is rain, and then I think precipitation, I think if you move quickly, you move precipitously, and so maybe sped, and I think sprained like your ankle would be twisted. Let's check that one off. Second time, get it? All right. Oh, here's our uncooked meat. Experts brutally cut it open at first. Wow. Experts brutally cut it open. Yeah, how much do we just take the first letter of open, or maybe a few words? Oh, I'm thinking the experts might be pros, and I think it's prosciutto, um, which, excuse me, I'm not sure how to spell. Let me pause and look that up. Okay, it is IUTTO. So I think brutally cut it is just saying anagram cut it, and then add the final O from the first letter of open. Okay, there, yeah, I'm not sure about that S, but top of sluice, losing liquid. I mean, I think this would be, if it's S plus losing liquid, I think it might be an ing. And so on a big scale, I don't know what that would be. What would a G do here? Oh, this one I thought maybe I might have mag. And I'm wondering if it might be magical regarding glamour, magical maybe. Oh, an I term I think is I call without the final L. All right, here's my police operation. It does look like an ing, spooling. Yeah, I don't know what that's going to be. Dastardly con, apparently. Yeah, I do now think it's going to be a phrase that means apparently, but I don't see what exactly. Anything about my crib now would end in T. Oh, it could be cot. Ah, and then the gen inside is cogent. Yeah, I think convincing, like a cogent argument, is well put together and therefore it would be convincing. Yeah. This was our wide gap, though with nothing removed. I don't see what that's going to be. And yeah, how about my largely? So this follows lithium. I'm not sure it's going to have anything to do with it. Largely swamping one with some water. Yeah, I thought it might be a word that means largely that's going to swamp or go around that I for one, and therefore it'll mean with some water, like spritzed or largely. No, oh, okay, so yeah, it's not going to be an anagram, thank goodness, of exploit. Um, Making no sense, kidnapping one farm worker. Let me pause and try and think of either a word for exploit or an exploit, a noun, or a farm worker. I got to the I and I thought of a milkmaid. And to exploit, we sometimes see this actually is to milk something or someone, and making no sense is mad, which kidnaps or surrounds an I for one. Oh, largely might be mainly. No, that's going to swamp a T with some water. Oh, mostly. And then would be moistly. I like that. Oh, that Y should be helpful for 8 down. Oh, and the other thing we might look at, of course, none of us speak Maori, but there might be a hidden message in Maori in the little in between letters. That's AOKA something. Sounds like it could be Maori. And Manny, Annie something. Anyway. Oh, so something. Oh, New Scotland Yard, of course. Yes. So let's say, oh, I think it is going to be an anagram of dastardly and con, but I'm not sure how everything else is working. Yeah, like where is the W coming from? And we need another N. Yeah, I'm not sure of that, but I'm fairly confident, unless it's Old Scotland Yard, but I don't think they call it that, just Scotland Yard. All right, here would be our wide gap, though with nothing removed. Yeah, no, not seeing that. And then our, oh, a losing liquid might be weeping and on a large scale, like sweeping changes. I do like that. Oh, wide might be W. Ah, and then a word for gap. No. Oh. So I think a gap is a hole. And so I think the definition is with nothing removed. And I think the though is just a linking word between the wordplay and the definition. I think that's how that goes. All right, I got to the end. Let me check all. Looks like everything else is still there. Mani Ania, maybe? I don't think that's part of. Maybe Api-ha is the beginning of the Maori, but we will find out at 15 squared. Was this a pangram? I don't think so, and I didn't spot any theme. All right, let's take a quick look at 15 squared. All right, the blog today is by Andrew. Oh, a double bill. Apparently Pangakupu also sets as phi in the independent. This one was fairly gentle, I suppose, although I think I made heavy work of it. And there are the Maori words. Yeah, he can't say. Might be a reference to the sycamore gap. Terrible business. All right, yeah, wide gap though. So yeah, I think the though is just a linkage word. Lit is burning, and then an I in hum is a smell in slang. Yes, of course, we've had that before. And yeah, eagle is just a standard a device you might put up on a flag, I suppose. Sit is to position, yeah, in A1S, so that's exactly, I did interpret that one correctly. And then C plus heating, yeah, beguiling is cheating. Not exactly sure I've heard that sense before. All right, Muffin had some new words, yeah, me too. Made it a weak clue, KVA had a lot of favorites. The hidden phrase is apiha maniania. Nearest I could get to officer problem. Euler's or Euler, I think I should say, officer problem about arranging 36 officers in a six. Oh, yeah, Pangakupu has been keeping count of how many crosswords he's had in The Guardian, and so this is number 36, and then he comes up with something related to that number. The Rue brothers, yeah. Anyway, I think people, nice anagrams, real tree. Did not finish. Placeman was a civil servant who was placed in the government by the king. Yeah, okay, and there's prosciutto. All right, well, that was, I thought, on the tricky side, but others seem to find it slow and steady, I suppose. Anyway, thanks as always for watching. Have a great day and have a great weekend.